Haven Network. I'm your host, Mike Wiseman. Today's special guest is Ethan Micheal, your friendly neighborhood atheist. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and support the network on Patreon. Let's start the show. Hey, Ethan!
Hey, what's up?
That was great. I love this show. Never know what's going to happen. Oh, man. Nice to finally meet you. I've heard about you, but I've never actually met you. So this is actually nice to meet you.
Hopefully good stuff.
Oh, well, Spider-Man tells me only good stuff about you. So where do you get the name from? Your friendly neighborhood atheist.
Where do you think? Spider-Man, baby. Even though, surprisingly, he's not my favorite Marvel hero. It's Captain America.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
I love Captain America, but I was trying to think of a way, I'm like, how can I come across as friendly? And that just popped in my head. I'm like, dude, that works. That totally works.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use that. But
he's a great role model, too.
He is. He's a great guy. But believe it or not, there was a time when I was actually an angry atheist. Like when I first converted to atheism, I was very angry. Like I was launching nuclear missiles at people. So it took time to calm down, get my anxiety under control, and become the friendly atheist that most people know today.
Gotcha. Well, I'm definitely still angry. I'm gonna let you know right now. I'm angry about all that bullshit.
It's okay to be angry. I'm still angry. I recognize, for me, that anger doesn't come across well. It doesn't develop conversations well.
True.
So I try to be as friendly as possible because I feel that's been the most useful tool at my disposal.
Gotcha. So what do you do? Describe your platform.
Sure. So I have been actually taking a few-month break right now, taking some time to kind of get my life in order and figure out the best direction for my channel. But I host a variety of shows, from roundtables to skeptic call-in shows to dating and sex shows. My two most prominent shows are the Pickup Line, which my co-host Hannah Vaughn hosts with me, where we talk about dating, sex, and relationships. And then my other show is The Perspective. It is a friendly call-in show where it's kind of like other call-in shows in the same way, where we challenge people's beliefs, but we talk about everything. So if you have a political belief, a alien belief, if you believe in Bigfoot, God, whatever, we don't just cover one topic, because to me, watching an hour-and-a-half call-in show of the same God arguments over and over and over again gets tiresome. So to me, the best shows we have are when we get a call about someone who believes in aliens, and the next call is someone who believes in Mothman, and then the call after that is someone who believes in Slender Man, and then the call after that is a Christian presuppositionalist. To me, I want the wide variety. I want to tackle all claims.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Absolutely. So how long have you been doing it?
That way. I've been doing it for February 4th will be my 3rd-year anniversary. And for those who don't know, I don't really try to promote my own stuff, but it's for Recovering for Religion, so I don't think Wes will mind. I am hosting.
That's what we're here, is to promote your stuff. That's fine.
Well, every year on my anniversary, I host a Recovering from Religion fundraiser. The first year we raised $8,000. The second year we raised $15,000. So this 3rd year, I'm hoping to blow it out of the water again and raise even more money. We've had guests from Seth Andrews, Eric Murphy, V. LaBianca, Apostate Ashley, the list, Genetically Modified Skeptic, Cindy Plaza. The list just goes on. We've had at least 30 YouTubers on a single event each year. So this year, the goal is to have 40 atheist YouTubers on the program over a 4-hour show.
When's that happening?
It's happening February 4th, 2023 at 6 p.m. 5 p.m. Central.
That's awesome, man. We'll put a link up in the thingy for you.
I don't have the link ready yet, but I will get it to you as soon as I can.
Yeah, get it to us. That's pretty awesome. So what were you doing before this? Were you always an atheist, or did you have a Christian background?
I obviously, like most other atheists, I had a Christian background. I had more conservative Republican indoctrination I'm obviously not a Republican anymore. I'm a liberal. But it was both conservative Christianity. I was raised pretty heavily in it. I went to a Catholic grade school, sixth to eighth grade, or junior high, sorry, where that was the first time I actually mentioned that I was an atheist, but I wasn't a true atheist. I was just kind of like, oh, this is cool. I'm going to say I'm an atheist at a Catholic school. And I got pulled down to the principal's office, and I'm like, dude, my parents are going to kill me. I'm about to get kicked out of a private school, man. I'm so
Stone
screwed.
me.
Yes. And the nun who was the principal at the time was actually really nice. She's like, did you say you were an atheist? And I was like, yeah, I did. I'm sorry. And she's like, okay. She's like, do you believe that? And I was just like, I don't know. And she was like, all right, well, you can go back to class. And I'm like, I'm not kicked out of school? And she said no. And I was completely surprised. She just sent me back to class and said it was okay. And honestly, most people have terrible experiences with Catholic schools. I did not. I had a great experience. Like, it was one of my favorite schools.
Wow. Wow. And still you left the religion.
I did. So throughout high school and my early college years, I didn't complete college, but I bounced around religions, kind of trying to learn as much as possible because it fascinated me. But then one day I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, I'm a Republican, I'm a Christian. Half the population disagrees with me. Maybe I'm missing something. And you know what? If anything, I need to understand these liberal arguments better so I can refute them properly.
Yeah.
So I forced myself to listen to more liberal news. And I remember being an angry Republican, listening to it so pissed off, citing all the Republican bullshit lines, angry. But as time passed on, I found the atheist experience. And I started understanding logical fallacies and arguments. And I'm like, dude, my epistemology is completely flawed. I have no idea what I'm talking about. And I realized that I was
a fun place to be.
Right. There was this cognitive dissonance going on where I was like frustrated, but I was like, all this shit is making sense to me. So I realized I was using poor arguments to believe in God. Like, what else could it be? Or, look at all the magical stuff in the world. God's responsible for it. Right. Look at the trees.
I love that one.
And I realized I was applying these bad arguments. And once I learned that, I was like, okay, you know what? I've got to stop applying these. I actually don't have a good reason to believe in God. But while becoming an atheist, I was still a Republican because those beliefs were really ingrained in me pretty hard. To give you an example, at 12 years old, I was handed a Rush Limbaugh letter. And he quickly became my idol. Like, it was like Rush Limbaugh was the man, dude. Yes, I listened to everything, all his shows every morning. I had the Limbaugh show on. I loved it.
Wow.
But soon this epistemology, critical thinking, and skepticism started infecting the Republican side and made me start thinking about why I believed all these things and all these beliefs I held based on Fox News propaganda that were just utter bullshit.
Yeah.
So slowly but surely, these beliefs fell away. And, the other day I was looking at my memories and I saw a fairly transphobic post from my past. And I was like, oh my God. And I try to share my posts from the past to be like, hey, I said this. Look how stupid I was. Right. Look at this jerkbag. Like, look what he was saying, to try and show that, you know what? People can grow. People deserve second chances. Sometimes people say stupid things. They shouldn't be crucified for it. People make mistakes and they should be given, in my opinion, second chances. Because if people wouldn't give me a second chance, I wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't be an atheist YouTuber.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful to that. And I really wish, one of my gripes with not all of, but some of the liberal community is their quick reaction to want to cancel somebody or say somebody should be ruined. And it's like,
block
dude, look,
accounts constantly.
right. Yes, like give people a chance to make mistakes. Like, dude, I'm gonna make mistakes. I talk on the air all the time. I'm going to end up saying something stupid that I regret. And all I ask is that people recognize that I try my best to learn from these mistakes. And other people deserve that chance too. Again, in my opinion, not telling other people they have to give others second chances. I just think we should.
No, it's really good. Good. It's good. It's good to hear. Like Wes said, it's good to hear that you were able to get out of that. You were able to reason. Well, did you reason yourself? You said you watched the Atheist Experience a little bit. Was there any other influence that kind of helped you out of it?
It was mainly the Atheist Experience, the Young Turks, and some other liberal networks. I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of the Young Turks anymore, but they in the beginning kind of helped out a little bit.
Yeah, because they're a little more straightforward, a little more.
Yes, but it was really the critical thinking and the logical fallacies that forced me to be like, holy crap, I have no idea what I'm talking about. Even to today, I'm reluctant about talking about certain subjects because I'm like, I'm not an expert. Defer to a fucking expert. Oh, yeah. Can I say the F word or no?
Well, you fucking did it now, so I can't rewind.
I defer to the friggin' experts because I'm not one. So, I try not to talk about stuff too deeply because I don't want to get things wrong, man. Like my biggest fear, I don't like Joe Rogan. I don't promote Joe Rogan, but I still occasionally listen to his podcasts. And my biggest fear is that one day I will accidentally let bad or false information slip. I don't ever want to be that guy. I want nothing but truth coming out of my channel.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's good to listen to other channels. I mean, honestly, I listen to Fox News every once in a while just to see the other side of the story. And it's very interesting to see certain things. Like you'll listen to a news conference and it'll explain what's going on, but Fox will take like this little snippet out of it and just put that part because that part sounds bad. But if you listen to the rest of the fucking thing, you would understand it's not bad. Yeah, all the time. It's so crazy to listen to it. It's
it is. And my family still listens to that. Like I have QAnon people in my family.
Yeah.
And it's very disheartening. Like to give you an example, probably about 2 months ago, I got a message from my aunt expressing her disappointment and offense to my atheist activism, among other things. She is, quote, disgusted with my lifestyle because one of the things I talk about prominently is sex positivity. Like, for instance, my girlfriend and I are swingers, and we are both public about that. But that is some people take that personal, like my family. And I don't get that. Like, it's just sex, man. Relax. It's just sex.
You don't want to know about that. Oh, man. No. La, la, la.
Yeah, but it's not. I get my family not wanting to hear about me having sex. I understand that.
Yeah.
But shaming me for being in a sexually positive environment with other people is just wrong. Like, just because it doesn't work for you doesn't mean it doesn't work for other people. Yeah. And I will say, people on Twitter, especially men, get highly offended by men being swingers. Like, I have a list of people who have called me a cuck for daring to let my girlfriend sleep with other men because I own her, right?
Right, yeah.
I can't let her do anything else.
Yeah, we're all possessions.
But that's the thing. She's coming home with me at the end of the night. How do I care? Like, it's fun. It's enjoy. Exactly. It's not for everybody.
Yeah.
I'm not saying other people should try it, even though I think some people should try it because it's fun. But it's not for everyone. I just wish my family hadn't expressed such extreme disappointment and said I had no family values and I had no morals. Like, I'm the only one.
Great to it.
Right, except for a couple of my little cousins, younger cousins who are liberal. I'm the only liberal in my family, and they think I lost my mind. Like, my other aunt blamed my atheism and liberalism on my epilepsy. Like, well, you had too many seizures, you've got brain damage, so that's probably why you're a liberal. Yeah, I was like, are you kidding me right now? Are you serious? And I let it go. I was so angry, but I let it go. Yeah, it does. It's like they discount my opinion because I had epilepsy.
Yeah, that sucks, man. Sorry.
It's okay. It's, you got to let things go. If I
Yeah.
hung on to everything, I'd be more upset than I am, and I try to be a pretty happy dude.
Kumbaya.
Exactly.
Wusa, that's what it is. Wusa.
Woosah, woosah.
So why did you get into the activism itself? What made you get into the activism part of it?
So I watched certain call-in shows, and while I liked them and I enjoyed watching them, I didn't necessarily agree with them, because I would watch certain hosts be like, "You're a fucking idiot. You're a moron," and I'm just like, you know what? How does that help
It
the
doesn't help at
dialogue?
all.
It doesn't. All
Oh,
you're
no.
doing is causing somebody to clam up, get up in their defenses, lock down on their position, and you've done nothing. You haven't achieved anything. And some people will argue that, well, you're doing it for the audience. You know what? To me, it's not just for the audience,
Yeah.
it's for that person
It's
I'm
for the
talking
person.
to.
100%.
I
Yep.
want to change their mind. Because when I hear these people talk, I hear myself. I
Oh,
hear
yeah.
these bad arguments. I hear this. I want to get through to these people. And the only way, in my opinion, I'm going to get through to them is by being calm and having a civil discussion with them. Now, I'm not saying every discussion needs to remain civil. There are certain topics
Yes.
like
Yeah.
racism or, talking to a Nazi where it's like, okay, I'm not going to be as friendly with a Nazi, that's for sure.
This motherfucker right here.
Right. But with people who just, have a flawed epistemology or don't understand how to evaluate evidence, there's no need to call them morons. There's no
Yeah.
need to call them idiots. Like, just talk to them, explain to them the mistakes they're making. You might get through to them.
Exactly. Yeah. Simple, just basic stuff.
Right.
Constantly,
And
all the
if,
time.
and if anything, if you're going to sit here and call yourself a humanist, don't be an asshole to other people.
Yes.
Like, you can't be a humanist.
You're kind of smearing that whole thing right there.
Yes, you're making us look bad. Right.
Keep your shit off of our good name.
Yeah, and right now, still today in society, when you talk to people, they tend to think atheists are assholes. We have that reputation because there are so many of us out there launching these nuclear missiles at people, insulting them endlessly. And it's like, can we just please talk to people civilly?
Yeah.
Please.
But to be fair, sometimes they think just the logical questioning is a missile, and they'll take it as a defense.
Absolutely.
And, oh, you're just such an asshole. You're trying to take my joy away. Why?
Absolutely. And you know who I've noticed usually are the most offended group of people are psychics. Psychics do not like to be challenged. Like, I've had a few psychics on my channel that started freaking out. And it's just like, dude, we're just asking you questions.
Didn't you see this coming?
Right. You're telling me you didn't see this question coming?
Here he comes. Prepare. Right. Get ready. This one's coming.
Yep, but yet they're never prepared.
Never. That's so weird how that works. It's almost like they're unable to read the future.
Right. I am, as I told you in the green room, I am recovering from some type of sickness. I don't know what it is. So if I cough profusely, I apologize. I'm a little nasally as well.
Yeah, same. We're all on the same page. So do you have any, let's see, I got a question here. Have any tips to have conversation with believers? What kind of tips do you have for everybody? Oh, well, we got another question here. Sorry. Question for Ethan. Why do you keep dodging this freestyle battle?
Oh, Oz, bro. I'm only stepping away from it because I know I'm gonna win. Like, it's not a challenge for me. So once you get to my level of rapping, like once you've been on stage with Vanilla Ice and other entertainers, then I'll take you a little bit more seriously. But until then, you're not there yet.
Wes, can we get Oz on right now and let's just hash this out? No. Let's just get this done. Let's get it.
Don't get him on, because he's actually really good.
So I want to see this happen.
He is actually a really good rapper. I do have respect for him. We have this back and forth battle. I always talk shit, but I'll be front and foremost. He may be the better rapper. I am the better entertainer, and I will fight that undisputably.
I don't know if
He
he'll
could
win that
not
fight.
take me on stage. No, he can't. He could out-rap me, but he can't out-entertain me.
Interesting. Smell a challenge. I think we should have this.
At the next Better Conference, 2023, we'll see who's the best entertainer.
We'll save a stage for you guys.
Yeah.
Nice. Do you have any tips for people who want to have conversations with believers?
I try not to tell people like what's best and what's not because I'm still navigating these waters. But I find street epistemology to be the best approach. It keeps people's defenses down. If your end goal is to change their mind, it keeps them in a much more calm state of mind, and they're more likely to listen to what you have to say if you focus on answering the right questions. Now, asking the wrong questions can get their defenses up. So you really got to find that healthy line to walk.
Yeah, and keep following it.
Yeah, exactly.
You heard it here, folks. Better 2023 Oz and Ethan rap battle.
You know what, Oz, just for you, I'm going to start practicing freestyling again. So at the 2023 Better Conference, I can be ready to take you on. And now I can not only beat you at entertainment, I will beat you at rapping. How about that?
Well, we could take wagers and then, give the money to charity, of course. It sounds great.
That's a great idea. We'll give it to
idea.
Recovering from Religion.
Yeah, perfect. I love it. Wes, set this up. Do you have I heard Ethan was a racist as a Christian. Tell us more. We're diving in there. Oh, no.
Oh, man.
You want to put those tweets out there?
Yeah, you know what? I'll put my money where my mouth is. I won't deny it. I had some racist ideology, especially after the high school I went to. I definitely said things I was not proud of, whether it be on Facebook or publicly to people. I am ashamed of the things I've said. I'm not proud of them. I am aware of them now, but I definitely, while I was no Nazi or no KKK member, not even close, I definitely had some racist thoughts that I'm not proud of, and I'm glad I was able to work through. That's awesome. Because to me, I want to be a supporter of all underprivileged communities.
Yeah, no, it's tough when your past is, so littered with things like that, for sure.
Yeah, it is. And that's, again, why I just encourage people to give others second chances, because I was that person. I was that transphobe. I was that racist. I was that misogynist. I was that asshole. And I hope, I've weeded out every single one of those thoughts. And if I haven't, I hope I can weed all of them out. But it's important to learn to grow as a human being.
Absolutely. Every day, as Stacy's mom let us know.
It's never ending, like communication with my partner. I'm learning there are areas where, like she's pointed out, where some of my communication kind of sucks. And I need to improve on it. So I am always taking feedback and trying to grow as much as possible.
Absolutely. The worst thing Ethan has ever done is put tomatoes and pickles on a hot dog. Shots fired.
You know what?
What?
You know what, Shane? I'm sorry. That is how a Chicago house style hot dog works.
Tomato?
Chicago style hot dogs are objectively better than any other hot dog. That is a fact of life.
Oh, no.
You can't deny it. You have to even better than a chili cheese dog? Your onions, yes, even better than a chili cheese dog. You need your onions, your tomatoes, your pickles, your celery salt, your sport peppers. If you do not get a hot dog like that, you are not enjoying a true hot dog. And I will fight to the death when it comes to a Chicago-style hot dog.
You can keep your hot dog. I'll take the chili dog. Shane moved to Chicago for the hot dogs. Oh, no.
Dude, I guess Chicago is where it's at.
Oh, man. So as far as your conversations and your shows, do you have a favorite person you've talked to or a favorite conversation?
Okay, so my favorite, although we didn't agree, the best interview I've ever had, in my opinion, was with Sean Schemmel. For those who don't know, Sean Schemmel is the voice of Goku from the Dragon Ball series.
Wow.
He is one of the most prominent voice actors in the world. And I reached out to him one day and asked him for an interview, and he responded. And I was like, holy crap, this dude responded. The reason he told me he responded was because I wanted to talk to him about something other than Goku. I wasn't just another fanboy in his box, like, dude, I want to talk to you about Goku. Like, he was excited.
But also, while you're there, can we talk about Goku?
I didn't bring up Goku once during. We ended up with a 3-hour-long interview.
Wow!
And I didn't bring up Goku once.
Nice.
He brought him up a couple times, but he talked about his childhood, his past. So he grew up in a religiously scientific household, and what I mean by that is his dad was a heavy Bible-believing pastor Christian, but he was also big into science. So he made Sean read science books constantly. So Sean, like, you're talking to him and you're like, dude, this is a guy that belongs in the community. He has great understanding. He's heavily educated, great understandings of philosophy, science, theology. However, I don't agree with him. He has some Buddhist views where we come to clash just a little bit. But otherwise, it was by far my favorite and most nerdy interview, where I was like giddy in my seat. And we ended up, as a result of that interview, becoming close and becoming friends. And
That's
it's
awesome.
been really cool and surprising. So what I want to do is get more, not just voice actors, but actors into these conversations talking about their beliefs. Because if we can get these people talking about their beliefs and get them talking about them, we can get other people talking about them.
That's true. Yeah, that's a good idea. No, I had a guy on my show look like Robert De Niro. Does that count?
No, it doesn't count.
Damn it. Oh, no, those are the sleigh bells. That means Wes wants me to mention the Christmas party, which is going to pop up, and there it is, Mythmas Special 2022 Patron Drive, live music, dancing. I don't know who's going to be doing the dancing.
Secular Rarity will be there.
And then all of these awesome guests. Is Santa coming? We don't know. We'll have to wait and find out.
So I've got a story about one of your guests,
stories.
Mikey Famine. So for those who don't know, Mikey Famine and I are both from the Chicagoland area. We used to work together as DJs and karaoke hosts. And not only that, we both used to be Christian Republicans. And not only that, we both had a Republican podcast called The Discussion Concussion. And we would invite Democrats on and we would talk to them and try to change their mind.
Wow.
And ironically, so we fell out of touch. And then like 6-7 years later, I'm on Neil the 604 Atheist show, and who's in the after party? None other than Mikey Famine. And I'm like, dude, are you kidding me? Like, we both went from Christian Republicans hosting a Republican podcast to atheist liberals hosting an atheist podcast. Right. Like, it was so surprising. But he's actually really great at karaoke. He's a great stage entertainer. We had a band together as well. So Wes, I highly recommend questioning him about his past as a Republican and bring up and see if he remembers the Discussion Concussion.
Yeah, ask him. That's so funny. Small world, man. Small world.
Yeah, it is a small world.
That's awesome. So do you have a worst guess? Who was like the worst one you've ever had? The least favorite?
I don't want to dog on anybody.
No names. No names.
But, okay, I'm going to give a name.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Most difficult. Okay, I'm not going to say like the rudest or the meanest, but the most difficult guest to deal with was Cy Ten Bruggencate.
Ugh, I can imagine.
He is a precept Christian apologist. Yeah. There was a couple times where I had to. I don't want to say put him in his place, because I did not do that. I'm trying to think of the best terminology, but kind of like firmly push back, where I was like, look, Cy, you've talked over me several times. I've been nothing but respectful and given you the space to flesh out your ideas. You need to give me the space as well to reply. And I had to do that a few times, but he definitely has some harmful thoughts. And he actually, for those who don't know, he had to step down from his church for, I'm not going to say what it was, but let's just say some misconduct.
Interesting.
So, yeah. I want to say he means well, but I honestly can't say that because I don't know. I try to assume the best with people and assume they have the best intentions. And I'd like to think that, okay, he genuinely believes this. he is doing his best to help people from burning in hell, and he believes that. But sometimes some of the things that come out of his mouth are still like, "Ugh, I don't know if you're looking out for people's best interest, man."
Yeah, well, he's not the only one. There's a lot of those Bible believers out there that are just a little scary.
Yes.
A little scary.
Yes.
Was
But
it,
there's also a lot of great ones. Like there's the, Dean Meadows, Dan Jacob, um, Larry the Christian. Like those are some great Christians. Rick Lockhart, by far one of the best Christians you'll ever meet. Like most atheists in the community have referred to him as the most honest Christian you'll ever meet. Really, really good guy. He would be a fantastic Christian guest if you're ever looking for one. He's been on plenty other shows within the community.
Lockhart,
but yeah, there's Rick Lockhart. If you ever want the nicest and most awesome liberal Christian interview, Rick Lockhart's the man to talk to.
Sounds fun. I'll try and get him
on.
Yes.
He's a blast.
God, thank you for that. So, have any future projects coming up you want to plug besides that charity
so
we
yeah,
talked about earlier?
Mainly the Recovery from Religion one. I work closely with Dr. Ray. For those that don't know, because of the fundraiser they did, Recovering from Religion has been able to start putting up billboards around the country, to try and reach more people, which is great. Because we need to reach as many people as possible, because there are people struggling with their beliefs where they still believe, but they're in pain and they need help. And if you are one of those people, I highly recommend going to recoveringfromreligion.org or the seculartherapyproject.org. They've got fantastic resources. They are a tremendous help if you are struggling and in need of support, or even if you're an atheist and you need someone to talk to and you're just struggling, reach out to them. They've got a chat line, they've got a hotline, they've got volunteers always available. I can't speak highly enough about this organization. Check them out if you haven't yet.
Awesome. Numbers down there. Awesome stuff. Yeah, for sure. Atheists in action. That's what we need. More of it.
We do. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Thank you for Wes. Thank you for putting the number and site up. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Nice job. What we do here. That's what we do here.
How long have you been hosting for, by the way?
This 2 months, 3 months, Wes. I don't know. Throw it up there somewhere. I don't know. I usually do.
How'd you get into it?
How did I get into this job or
this job and atheist activist? Both. Sorry, well, I'm an interviewer, so I tend to interview people back.
Same. Yeah, no, I grew up in the church. I did the whole same thing. I deconverted, and so I started a show talking to pastors and religious leaders about their beliefs and what they believe. It's just been going from there. So every week I put out a new episode. I talk to religious leaders and ask them why they believe what they believe. Sometimes it goes great. I love the same approach with let's calmly talk this over. Let's think logically about this.
Exactly.
And it doesn't always go that well. Some people hang up, I've always got those occasional fuck yous, and then,
oh man. I've never gotten one of those yet.
It's the fuck you is burning in hell, where you're going type thing. Or I had one guy threaten me. I hope you have good insurance. I don't know what that means, but yeah.
I hope you have good insurance.
Yeah. I make people really mad, apparently. They just blurt out.
Wow. But you're so friendly, so I can't picture that.
I try my best, man. I do. There's a couple people I don't always, one guy told me my kids deserve hell. I kind of lost my shit a little bit. I mean,
rightfully so. I'd be livid.
I was still, carrying the conversation, but yeah, no, just stuff like that. Yeah, for sure. It's fun though. Wow. I enjoy this. Yeah, then I got into this because this is an awesome organization. I love the network. Awesome network organization.
Wes is a great guy. He's
everybody here is amazing.
He works very hard.
Yes. Yeah. No, Wes is a lot of fun. No, I love this place. So yeah, I'm going to continue to host this shit. This is great.
Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah. Thanks for asking.
So are you a fellow liberal as well, or are you just an atheist?
Oh God. Yeah. No, liberal. Same kind of story as you, man. I voted for Bush. I hate to
same.
No, I did it though. I did it. I regret every second of it.
I was literally 1 month away from voting for Donald Trump I was still a Republican at that point. I was an atheist, but I was a Republican because to me, so I fell for his BS in the first couple of months. I was like, yeah, this guy's not a politician. He's going to be great. I know he's got some personal issues. He speaks his mind. Screw the establishment, man. And then as I'm listening to him more and more, I'm like, oh my God. Yeah. Oh my God. No, I'm not voting for this man. I'm just not. Yeah. So because it was so close to the voting time, I actually withheld my vote from the 2016 election. I couldn't bring myself to vote for Hillary at that time, and I refused to vote for Donald Trump.
Yeah. Wow.
Because it was just so close to my deconstruction that I was still a Republican at that point. Wow. So Donald Trump somewhat made sense to me.
You're new to all this. This is all.
I am. I'm a baby.
That's amazing. Now, Apostacie was here, who's out sick today. Apostacie, hope you feel better.
I just saw Apostacie on Monday with on the Dave Warnock, that GD show.
Yeah. Oh, Warnock, he's a good guy too.
He's a great guy. That's another show. If you haven't checked it out, check out that GD show. It's with Dave Warnock and Genevieve. Each week they have on the different guests, and I will go, and it's a call-in show, and I will say it is by far one of the best atheist shows on YouTube. It has the best conversations, the greatest guests, not to sound like Donald Trump, but it is a phenomenal show.
The best.
The best.
I don't understand what this is. Pinching nipples in the sky, or what's he doing? The best. It's the best. Titty twisters for me. It's the first time that's been said on the show. It's a goddamn great show. The best show. No show is better. That's true.
Except for this phenomenal. No, I'm sorry. Skeptic Haven, even you have to take a backseat to that GD show.
Oh, no. No. For sure. So have you met everybody in this circle? Have you met like the bigwigs? Have you talked with, what's his name? What's that guy? Thinking Atheist, Seth Andrews.
I have.
Yes.
I've spoken to pretty much.
You have the best words.
I have the best words. I have spoken to every single atheist in the community I've wanted to speak to. Now, there are some new ones that I need to learn and want to speak to and delve out a little bit more. But every one of my goals I've definitely met. Like, there are plenty I want to speak to, all the big names. If there's a big name that hasn't been on my channel, that just means I don't want to speak to them.
Well, they're not big enough anyways. That's
No, there's plenty of bigger ones that are just total assholes that I don't want to speak to.
Well, not everybody.
I'm not going to name them.
Friendly neighborhood atheist.
No. But there are some great channels out there. Some of the atheists are honestly the best humans you'll ever meet. And again, I'll cite Dave Warnock. Like, when I got to meet him in person, dude, we gave each other the biggest hug. We had dinner together. It was phenomenal. Also, some other great ones, Cynthia McDonald, Kenneth Leonard, Secular Rarity, Kristen Frogren, aka Best Name Ever. Like, these are some of the people that will literally borderline die for you. They will do anything for you, and they're always have your back. Bree McCoon, aka formerly known as Brainbug. There is just so many great people out there in this community, and they have been receptive to me and supportive of me, and I can't be grateful enough, because that's the thing. Without the community behind me and behind other people, I wouldn't have a channel. Without these call screeners volunteering and donating their time, without these chat moderators, without these hosts all giving their time to me, it's truly a great feeling knowing these people all want to work with you. Yeah. So I have nothing but, so much positive to say about the majority, not all of, but the majority of the atheist community. Thanks, SR. Dude, SR was awesome. He reached out to me one day about being a call screener. And I was like, dude, totally, yeah. So he started being a call screener. Then one day I'm like, I got to have this guy on my show. So I invited him on, had him on, and now he's like everywhere. And it's awesome. Like, because to me, he embodies friendly atheism and he's a lot smarter and more knowledgeable than me. So like watching him on, it's better than me. So it's just like, dude, I love watching this guy because he's awesome. He's friendly, he's laid back, and he's so brilliant. So hopefully one day he gets his own channel.
Yes, absolutely. So do you have any Christian guests you wanted to get on that you haven't got on?
I want to talk to Ray Comfort.
Yes, me too, man. Have you tried contacting him?
I have. I got denied the interview.
What do you get? What's the message you get?
It was, unfortunately, he's too busy at this time.
Damn, it's the same one I get. It's the same one. I can just copy and paste that shit. I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it. Lazy bastards.
I was so disappointed. I don't know why, but this guy interests me so much.
He's very strange.
I really want to talk to him about his constant atheist claims. Well, atheists believe this. Atheists believe this. No, we don't. Stop saying that. Please. I'm not telling you what you believe. Don't tell me what I believe.
While eating a banana.
Right.
I'm going to interview him while eating. Guaranteed, if it's going to happen, I will have a banana.
If I interview him first, I'm stealing your idea. I'm sorry, but I'm stealing it.
You better. I want everybody who interviews him from now on to be eating a banana. It'll be great.
Oh, that would be awesome.
He would be a fun one. Anybody else? Anybody else that you haven't that you wanted to? I mean, Ray Comfort's a good one. That's a big one.
Capturing Christianity. Because he makes some Twitter posts where I'm like, seriously, dude, come on. You've been talking to atheists for how long and you're still saying this? Like, please stop. He's a great one. One of the ones I wanted to interview, but I already did, is James from Modern Day Debate. He was someone I always wanted to talk to because I've never really heard him expand on his beliefs. So I had the opportunity to listen to him, delve into him a bit more.
That's always fun.
But yeah, off the top of my head, I can't think of any other Christians that I've really wanted to have on.
That Phil guy that did the Veggie Tales. That's on top of my list besides Ray Comfort.
Ooh, that would be a good one.
That guy. If you ever get a hold of him, send him my way, man. I'm just frothing at the mouth to talk to this man.
I will try. I send out so many messages constantly to larger creators, but not just like atheist content creators, other ones, people who just host podcasts in general. Because again, my goal is to normalize these conversations. So if we can get bigger podcasters having these conversations, we can better get them normalize them.
Absolutely. Yeah, the list is long.
Yes, absolutely. The list keeps going. So hopefully you and I can keep growing together. We can find some fantastic guests.
Yes. And, I'll throw some at you. You throw some at me.
Exactly.
I have a couple of good ones if you want. I got a couple of good Christian ones. I've interviewed a couple of times. They're a lot of fun and they're very engaging and nice. They're nice people.
For a while, I couldn't find enough Christians, but I was hosting a podcast called AVT, which was Atheist versus Theist. And I loved it. It was a call-in show with an atheist and a theist hosting. Nice. And we got so many calls on those episodes because, every, atheist in the community wants to talk to these Christians. They want the opportunity, so they would call in. So we get some fantastic calls, but I'm hoping like if I had more time, I have so many shows that I have done and want to do that I'm just like, I don't have time. I have a full-time job. I'm looking at getting a second job. I have a girlfriend. I'm looking at moving out. I'm looking at studying for school a little bit more. There's so much going on that I'm just like, I don't have time to do all these shows. So hopefully one day I'll be able to get back at it full time because for a while I was doing 5 shows a week.
Holy cow.
Yes, it was nonstop. I was just everywhere.
Man, no, that's good. Workaholic, but atheist in action. Again, we need more of that and more of that friendly atheist out there, man. It's good. It's good. Yeah. Sorry you can't take more time out of your personal life to do it, but whatever, it's cool.
I wish there could be 2 of me. So I could have one of me dedicated to the entire YouTube channel and then one of me just doing everything else.
Yeah, I don't know. Rick and Morty. I just recently watched that one with the sleep people. When they put themselves to sleep, the other part wake up and they exercise to get the dishes done and everything, but they're still like. So I was like, it's great. It's a great idea. I want
That
one of
is a great
those.
idea. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, good stuff. Fun
But
stuff.
yeah, the other thing, I also love talking about, which I didn't cover, is ghosts. Like,
Oh,
I don't believe in ghosts, for the record. I hold what I'd like to call the default skeptic position, which is no supernatural beliefs.
that's a good place to
But
start.
the topic of ghosts fascinates me so much, especially when you see videos of shit flying everywhere. And I'm
Yeah.
not talking about orbs. Orbs are boring. I'm
Oh my God,
talking
they're
about
so boring. People are
legitimately,
so
like,
obsessed with them.
they are. And it's like, dude, it's just an orb. Like, relax. Like that
Dust.
and UFOs are so fascinating to me. Like, to me, I want to be very careful about the way I word this. I have not seen enough evidence to believe in aliens. But
there it is.
I think not believing in aliens is incredibly close-minded because the universe is freaking ginormous, dude.
Massive.
It's huge. So the likelihood that there's no aliens is, to me, astronomical.
Yeah.
Like, there has to be aliens out there. Now, whether they've reached our planet or not, I have no idea.
That's a whole
the evidence,
topic,
exactly. It's a whole other topic. There's so much evidence to evaluate. I have not found anything that's convinced me yet that they visit this planet. Do I think it's possible, though? Yes.
Yeah, I mean, shit. It is very vast. I mean, who knows what's out there? The multiverse thing too. I mean, the multiple versions of us doing multiple infinite things and other reality.
The multiverse is fascinating. Like me, one of my thoughts is like, what if ghosts are just the multiverse bubbles overlapping, where it's just like
I think there's a movie about
someone glitching in and out of our existence. Like, that would be, to me, like, that would be a reasonable scientific explanation.
If only we could test it.
If only we could. We can't. So again, I'm going to stick with the default position and say that's not the case. What
a great idea, Ethan. That's amazing. I'm so glad we've gotten to that. If we could just teach others that, maybe we should have a show.
Exactly. we should, because too many people, like one of the things that frustrates my girlfriend is I will allow nearly everybody on my Facebook. Republicans, God believers, crystal believers, ghost believers, because I want to talk to them. I want to expose them to new information. I want to challenge their arguments, because if right now I just shut them down, kick them off my Facebook, well, guess what? I have now I have now removed them from access to new information. I don't want to do that. To me, like I know I won't necessarily speak to transphobes on a public platform because they're harmful, but I will speak to them in a private platform, like privately, to try and get them over to my side and explain like the mistakes they're making.
It's your problem, Ethan. You won't accept anything without evidence. Just believe first, Ethan. That's how it works.
That's the thing, is I want to. I could be convinced. I need the evidence. Like, one of my closer friends is a psychic and is a medium, and we butt heads a lot. Like, we get a little frustrated with each other. We go back and forth, and I'm just like, okay, you need to stop doing this and stop reading people. It's harmful, but we're still friends.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's a difficult balance, that's for sure.
It is. It really is.
How much do you allow? How much do you push back with? And you just got the person in the situation, I guess. It's just
right. Like, one of the times I actually lost my patience was when she told me that she told a girl she got a premonition that her husband was cheating on her. I lost my shit. I was like, do you have any idea the harm you are causing by telling a woman her husband is cheating on her without any evidence? Like, I was pissed off. And I think rightfully so, because you could permanently damage an otherwise healthy relationship off of bullshit.
That seed. Planting that bullshit seed.
Right.
Yeah.
And that shit is harmful and it's frustrating. Like, my mom, she was going to a psychic for a while. So for those who don't know, my brother passed away about 11 years ago. And my mom was going to a psychic, and she's telling me about all these premonitions, and I'm just like, like, this woman is lying to you. You need to stop going to her. Like, she's feeding you bullshit.
Yeah.
So I do. Sometimes I get frustrated. Sometimes I take it personally. Sometimes it's hard to be patient, especially when you're emotionally invested. Like, just the idea that someone is trying to represent my dead brother to my mother is infuriating to me.
As it should be. As it should be.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Man.
And my mom, you know, she still won't budge. She's like, you know, there's an afterlife, son. I'm like, okay, mom. Yep, you're right. I know.
I hate that response. You know, no, I
Yes.
don't. You know, there's a God. No, I don't, and neither do you.
No. And my mom, she's probably become the most liberal. She won't admit it. Like, whenever I say, Mom, you're more liberal than you realize, she's like, no, I'm not. I'm a Republican. I'm like,
nasty word.
Okay. Yeah, she is. She's still, no, liberals are socialists. Man. Liberals are communists. They're evil people. Like, Mom, do you think I'm a communist? No, but you're different. No, I'm not. Yeah. Liberals are not communists. Those are two different things.
Terrible. Love the patience and understanding you have, Ethan. I try as well, but it's tough at times indeed. Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. It can be. There are times like my anxiety starts taking over and I feel my heart racing, and I just have to stop, take a breath, and go, you know what? I could insult this person right now. I could tear them down, but am I going to change their mind? And the answer is no. Yeah. So I don't.
It's not beneficial. It's not going to help them understand anymore. It's not going to help anything. It's just going to cause that division and cause that divide for sure.
Right.
Yeah. No, I feel that, man. When I do it, I step aside and I start doing the whole Jurassic Park theme. Da, 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 da. That's calming. It's very calming. I'm in the doors. The doors are opening. I'm in a great place before the dinosaurs attack.
That or the Back to the Future theme.
Ooh, that's a good one too. Nice.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah. Fun movies.
I think
number 3 is underrated.
It's okay. It's not as good as the other two, but it is underrated.
It is underrated. It's still good.
Yeah.
I don't know. ZZ Top's in it too. I mean, come on.
Wait, he is? Oh yeah, he's in the scene.
Yeah, they got a whole music video and shit for it. Too. Fun stuff. Movies. What's your favorite movie?
Oh man. Okay. Well, I love the Back to the Future trilogy. I love Limitless. I love the Star Wars trilogy and the Indiana Jones trilogy.
There's a new one coming out. New indie.
There is. Dude, I can't wait.
It's going to be awesome.
Pretty much the entire Marvel saga. I love the Marvel movies, except like Thor: The Dark World and Avengers: Age of Ultron. Those weren't the best. Iron Man 3 wasn't the best, but I am a huge Marvel nerd.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I mean, Did you see the
Black
new Wakanda
Panther
one?
Was phenomenal. Wakanda Forever. Amazing. Yes, dude. Okay, full disclosure.
Oh yeah.
I cried during the Chadwick Boseman tribute.
How could you not? Like, I guarantee. Me and my wife were the only ones in the theater at the time. But if the theater was packed, I guarantee everybody would have been.
Yeah, exactly. You can't.
3D glasses.
You're bawling your eyes out. Dude, it makes me miss so much. And it's like, dude.
It was good.
Can you imagine what that movie would have been if Chadwick Boseman was still alive? Like, it was already a great movie.
Yeah.
But if he was still here, and I don't know if you know this, but during his filming, people were actually riding and insulting him for being too skinny, even though he was struggling with colon cancer at that time. But he kept it so secret that he took the insults. He didn't let anybody know, and he just kept doing it. And he pumped out a fantastic movie.
Fucking Chadwick. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Yeah, I love it. All of it. Amazing stuff. Michael and Ethan, thoughts on canceling, deplatforming, and abandoning based on disagreements on options? Yeah, no.
Now, okay. Are there some opinions that are dangerous and harmful? Yes. Like Andrew Tate, Alex Jones, Kanye West. Like, to give you, did you see Kanye West on Alex Jones? Like,
yes.
God. If Alex Jones is telling you you're wrong or challenging you, you're really fucking wrong.
He's still feeling the sting from the loss of the fucking
Yes.
court case. Yeah,
Right.
no, that piece of shit, man.
And
no way.
dude, he
Ugh.
sucks. So would I ever platform people like that? No. Would I have a private conversation with them? Absolutely. So
Yeah.
do I think there is a time and a place to not hold these conversations? Yes, because some of these people are really harmful. Like Andrew Tate, he's a douche. He's just a douche. And he should not be on anybody's podcast. But so yes, there is a time and place for deplatforming. Do I think it's all the time when someone makes a mistake? Like, to give an example, Will Smith, he should have never laid his hands on anybody. He made a huge mistake. But the man has been on TV and on interviews for 20 plus years. He made one horrible mistake. It's time to let it go, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, Will Smith had some issues before. He's already had to apologize for back in his Fresh Prince days.
Really?
So, I mean, he's had some issues throughout the line, but he always comes back and realizes I fucked up and I'm going to do better. And I think that's what's great about the whole thing. We can move on.
Exactly. Yeah. We need to, when someone apologizes and recognizes their mistakes, even if some of their ideas were harmful, it's time to move on. Let that person grow. Don't sit here and rub in their face the biggest mistake they ever made. Because it's like people like you and me, we're on the air all the time. We're going to make mistakes. So what I say to the lay audience is, how would you feel if every single one of your words was captured on camera and then we just held them under a microscope and ripped you apart for the one mistake you made? It's just not right.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Again, I think the conversations, like you said, need to happen. Some on air, some off air. And that's why I like to do stuff that's not live so much. So then I can judge whether I should put this interview out, put this conversation out. So that's always never want to not have that conversation. If there's an opportunity to talk to somebody, even if it's fucking Alex Jones, I will talk to that guy and we will hash it out, whether it will be aired or not. Yeah. So for sure. I think it's important, that conversation, man.
Agreed. Because that's how we can change minds. And, I was lucky, actually, like about 6 weeks ago, I got invited to a church to be a guest speaker. And that was my first appearance at a church.
My first one's next year. How was it? I'm so scared.
Fantastic. I was terrified.
Yeah.
But I got a standing ovation at the end, and I was in shock. Yeah. And everyone came up, they hugged me, they shook my hand. They're like, we didn't know atheists could be friendly. This was such a great conversation.
Awesome.
We love this. And it made me feel really good that these people thanked me for coming out and offering an opposing viewpoint. Now, I don't know if you're going to have that experience. I hope you do. So. I really hope you do. But honestly,
my wife says they're just going to murder me on stage. That's why they're bringing me out there.
I mean, you never know.
You never know. That could be a sacrifice or something.
After that first experience, I would accept almost any church invite, even probably the Westboro Baptist.
Ooh, wow, that's it.
I'd go talk to them. I wouldn't talk to them on camera, but I would talk to them.
Yeah. No, that's good though. It's good to hear. It helps me out a little bit there. A little encouragement. It's a whole other state, man. They're flying me out there and everything. It's like
wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's a big thing. Well, I'll announce it later. It's a little sneak peek. But we are getting close here. I do want to ask you a couple more questions.
Sure.
What is your favorite Bible verse?
Oh, dude, I'm not a Bible banger, so I can't.
Oh no. But like when you were growing up, how about that? When you were a Christian, do you have a favorite one when you were a Christian?
That's the thing, is I never really studied the Bible that much.
Oh no.
I've perused it, but I was never a Bible banging Christian. So
even the Bible banging Christians don't really read their Bible either. So.
Okay, that's fair. I didn't read my Bible much, so I can't really help you out with that one.
That's a good honest answer. That's all I ask for, man. I love it. So last question before we head out here is, why do you hate God? Didn't see that one going.
that sounds like a question from a Christian. So I'm not angry at God, just like I'm not angry at the Tooth Fairy. I'm not angry at Bigfoot. I'm not angry at Mothman. I am not angry at things I don't believe in. I just don't believe in them.
That's weird.
Now, am I angry at believers?
Yeah.
Yes. Am I angry at God? No.
Yeah. So I adopt the whole thing with it's the hate the sin, love the sinner type thing. I hate the belief, love the people.
There you
that's
go.
my
There you go.
philosophy.
I
go with
I'm
that.
stealing that.
Steal away.
Stealing it.
Steal away. No, it's really, I mean, just honestly, I mean, it works so perfectly, especially when you're talking to a Christian, because it helps them understand. You kind of put that in their whole biblical bubble, I guess.
Right.
Biblical bubble. I like that. I'm using
Biblical.
that one.
I do. I'm stealing that one too.
All kinds of fun shit.
Dude, this has been a fun interview, man. You are a fantastic interviewer. You're a lot of fun, and I thoroughly had a very good time. This hour went by so fast.
It did. I love that when it happens like that, man. This is a great show. You're a great guest. Thank you so much for coming on, man. Plug wherever your stuff is at.
Yeah, check me out at youtube.com/YFN Atheist, which stands for Your Friendly Neighborhood Atheist. Facebook.com YFN Atheist. I accept nearly all friend requests. So if you go to Facebook.com/Ethan F. Michael, Michael is spelled, Wes to this day is the only person to spell it correctly. It's Micheal, not Ael. And Wes has been the only person, like when I got his invite and it said Michael correctly, I was like, dude, that's awesome. He got it spelled correctly.
That's the kind of guy Wes is.
Right. Because nobody spells it. I can't tell you how many times I get a link and I'm like, I have to message them, hey guys, sorry to bother you.
Yeah.
But it's spelled wrong. So thank you, Wes, for getting it right.
Nice job, Wes. Nice job. All right, man. Well, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. This is about the time when I would toss it over to Stacy to lead us out in prayer, but I'm going to do it this time. Everybody ready? Thanking the patrons of the show: Michael Wiseman, Kathy Cotton, Cindy Plaza, Deborah Gray, Sunny Shell, Aaron Coalson, and Phil Calderone. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks for coming again, Ethan. There's Santa Claus. He's ringing us out. Wes, thanks for doing the background stuff. That's the initial.